Maybe you clicked on this video because you were curious about the title. What is this all about? Well, quite simply, the following things I think should happen soon, should come to pass. I'm not making predictions or talking about probabilities here. I'm expressing my desires. And what do I mean by soon? Well, I don't mean soon as in tomorrow or next week. I mean soon measured in years and perhaps even decades. So, that being said, without further ado, number 1. The creation of a democratic, fully accountable and transparent planetary government representing the best interests not of national leaders or corporate CEOs, but the best interests of you and me, the peoples of Earth. This is achievable. It isn't pie in the sky stuff. There are good folks out there working towards this goal, but they need to reach a wider audience. They need greater exposure. The political union of humanity. Imagine that. Think what we could achieve. Okay, number 2. The end of poverty everywhere on this planet. Again, it is achievable, not a pipe dream. And considering the extreme wealth some have, a tiny minority of extremely wealthy people compared with huge numbers of folks whose lives consist of a daily grind, seemingly inescapable hardship, hunger, nowhere to live, and the constant fear of starvation and disease hanging over everyday life, and seeing loved ones suffer and die all around. It's obscene, is what it is. The current state of affairs is obscene. For a tiny percentage of, say, the top 100 billionaires' fortunes, a few percent, a generous donation from each of them, these top 100 billionaires, this itself could end world poverty. I've studied the numbers. It could be done, and it should be. But there are other ways to end world poverty. Use your imagination. Alright, number 3. The abolition of nuclear weapons. No more nuclear hostages. There is no worthy justification for the possession of such weapons. They do not make the world a safer place. They obviously make it considerably more dangerous. Quite simply, they have to go. Number 4. The end of the arms trade, the arms industry. Or to put it another way, the end of the military-industrial complex. The people of the world must find a way to stop war. But if corporations and dealers are hugely profiting from armed conflicts, what motivation have they to stop manufacturing and selling deadly weapons? The peoples of the world must say no, no more. No more profiting from death and destruction. It's people power that has to shut the war system down. Alright, number 5. An end to people trafficking and slavery of all forms. Not easy to do away with, but not impossible. It requires a relentless effort from all interested parties. Accurate intelligence and grade A law enforcement are required, yes, but also It's about communities and individuals turning their backs on violent and, quite frankly, cowardly traditions. People and communities have to stand up to the criminals. It takes courage, but I know that people have that courage. Number 6. I've been into space travel, astronomy, since I was a kid. It captured my imagination from an early age. Reading about American and Soviet space missions and rocket launches. If not with my own eyes, then I hope many of my generation get to see humans really getting a foothold off-world. We have the International Space Station at present. Perhaps a lunar colony at some point in the near future. And humans putting footprints on another planet. Mars, I suspect. Maybe further colonization of the solar system as the 21st century progresses, yeah. Humans working together, exploring the cosmos. Tremendous adventure. Number 7. An energy revolution. Yeah. And what do I mean when I say this? I mean, people and countries the world over have to stop using fossil fuels completely, and clean and renewables should be adopted in full. This isn't science fiction, the technology exists. The future is now, as the saying goes. Massive amounts of labour, resources and finances are invested in oil and gas. Small elites are getting richer all the time. But the party has to end sometime. This road is a dead end. We have to think of the planet rather than the size of a few shareholders' wallets now, don't we? That's only reasonable. Number 8. A state for the Palestinian people. A democracy of their own making. A free state under no military occupation or coercion. A free people able to move freely, speak freely, and enjoy a decent standard of living, as all free people should. Number 9. An end to all dictators and monarchs. I desire a world where the absolute ruler is extinct, gone the way of the dinosaur. No more military tough guys ruling countries with brutal commands. No more kings or queens, unelected, unimpeachable heads of state should one day exist only in our history books, symbols or figureheads of a bygone age. So what I desire really is the local, regional and global triumph of democracy over authoritarianism and injustice. Yeah. And number 10. The emergence and victory of a humanistic worldview. A worldview dealing with politics, economics, religion, society, culture. This worldview will overcome the present system as characterized by war, corruption, unsustainable consumption levels, pollution of the environment and gross inequality. This humanistic worldview will essentially be a practical common sense philosophy, not rocket science, something that reasonable folks from around the world can get behind. Anyway, Let me know what you think. How likely are we to see my list of 10 in the years and decades ahead? I'll let you guys answer that. And perhaps you might like to do your own 10 things that should happen soon. Yeah, if you'd like to do that, please feel free to use the comments section. I'd appreciate some feedback. Anyway, all the best, folks. I will see you next time. Take care of yourselves. Peace.